Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are here to watch the 60th anniversary special number 3 of Doctor Who. This one is called The Giggle. The tagline for this episode is, "The Doctor is powerless as the terrifying toy maker holds the human race in his grasp." I don't really know much about the toy maker at all. I know he's like a classic villain from what I've heard, and I think it was maybe the first Doctor dealt with him, but I don't know the context of that episode or anything about that. I just know he's being played by Neil Patrick Harris, and he's got like a German accent. That's really the only thing I know. The only other thing I know about this episode is that eventually David Tennant will regenerate into Shurigatwa, because Shurigatwa is the 15th Doctor, and his first full episode is the Christmas special. So that's all I know going into this. I'm very excited. Anytime David Tennant is in a regeneration story, it is always emotional. It is always high stakes. It's always a ton of fun. And David Tennant's just an incredible actor in general. So like watching him emote is going to be just a grand old time. And I'm very excited to see Shooty in the role of the Doctor, because I love him in Sex Education, and he is just fantastic, and I'm so pumped. So, before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying this reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, and then if you want to see the full-length reaction, consider checking out my Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show, and you can watch along with me. But, other than that, let's jump into the 60th anniversary special, number 3, The Giggle. Soho, 1925.
Guten Tag, kommen into the room. It is geraining.
Geraining?
We have the Compendium of Games mit the Dice und das Snaken und Ladders und the Rules.
And the rules?
Also, we have the teddy bears and the hobby horsen. Who does not want a hobby horse and to go?
Everyone wants a hobby horse.
I just want this, really.
Stooky Bill.
Why?
Just him, thank you.
Why though? Why would you actively choose that?
I really must apologize for the rain. You must be used to sunnier climes.
That's racist.
It's my employer. You may have heard of him. He only lives around the corner. Mr. John Logie Baird.
Whoever that is.
What is he being inventing now?
Well, it's complicated.
A gun.
Called television.
Well, what a
The
game
moving
we are
pictures. Yeah.
playing. Wonderful game.
Okay, so this doll is gonna murder that guy, right?
Do you know what Stooky means? It comes from stucco, as in plaster.
But also spooky?
Ready now? I think so. May God go with us.
God is far away from that creepy doll.
I did it, Charlie! I did it! The very first television picture.
How hot is it in there?
It's melting.
I'll need a moving image.
Oh, that thing's gonna move its mouth for you, bud.
Imagine if he could talk.
Stop saying things. Stop telling him to go do stuff.
Imagine what he would say.
Oh, that's creepy. Why would you start the episode that way? Today. Alright, what the heck is going on? Why does the police have a mohawk?
Get yourself killed. It's my life, not yours.
Oh, there he is, in the background.
Stand over there and be safe. Blame them.
Okay.
Excusez-moi, monsieur. But perhaps you will dance avec moi. Oh la la. Sorry, thanks.
Attention, the doctor! Attention, the doctor!
Attention, the Doctor!
Under unit control! Unit control!
Unit control. How about unit ask very nicely?
Never mind about us. I want my granddad safe, alright? You got that? Yes.
Oh, that is definitely a stunt double for the doctor, or for the granddad. Spooky, spooky. Avengers Tower? Amazing.
Oh, here comes trouble. I can say the same about you.
Scientist lady, you're back.
And Kate Lethbridge.
She is serious. Don't call her Shirley.
How do we fight the human race?
With guns. Typically, that's how it goes. You shoot them.
These worldwide, because I'm going to need all the statistics. Oh, no way.
Who are
That
you?
is the best news, Melanie. Hello.
Melanie, hi. Whoever you are.
We'll catch up later. We haven't got time.
I don't. It's probably a classic companion. Oh, neato.
But if everyone's going mad...
So is the government.
That's big yikes. How are you guys not going mad?
What do I care? I mean, seriously. Why should I care about you?
Oh, so he's normal. Fancy wristband?
An invention of the Blinks.
Hello, the Flinks.
Excuse me? Oh,
I think I need to show
are we just gonna ignore that sentient robot that's just chilling there?
And you and her, both with red hair. What is this? What are you hiding? And as for her in that chair, I've seen you walk. I've seen you walking. Don't deny it.
I mean, she's standing currently.
Activate Z-Dex.
Okay, so why don't we just make a whole ass bunch of these bracelets and give them to everybody? Seems like a quick fix.
I'm so sorry.
She forgives you, and don't call her Shirley. Got him again. I'm gonna say that every time.
Can't you give everyone a Z-Dex?
Yeah, bada bing, bada boom.
Imagine trying that.
Easy, one at a time.
And monitor us and microwave our brains. I am anti-Z-Dex.
Oh, okay.
We filter this wavelength, lose the background.
Vaccine connection. Whole bunch of idiots deciding they don't want it. You heard me.
What if it's a tune?
What?
I spent 6 months teaching my daughter how to play the recorder till she said this is not who I am, and that was the start of a whole other conversation, believe you me. But
This is not who I am.
maybe it's music.
A classic arpeggio. Middle C an octave higher. La 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 la.
Okay, dropping some tunes, are we?
La 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 la.
Another tune.
I know that from somewhere.
La 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 la.
It's a musical palindrome. But it's just a straightforward arpeggio. Everyone knows arpeggios.
I don't know what an arpeggio is. We're not all music majors here.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, it's the laughing sound. That guy.
Sneaking into your head, carving a wave, and waiting.
Hiding how?
That's not how that works.
Maybe Stooky Bill's a lot smarter than you. Imagine.
Fair enough. Stooky Bill's kind of a genius.
Television itself, and every picture ever since. Every single one.
Stooky Bill's kind of more like Spooky Bill.
Driving you mad.
This is a real canonical reason why everyone's so mad nowadays.
I think something's coming back.
The toy maker.
But it's not only the giggle. Don't go thinking you've got an excuse.
Yeah, humanity just sucks.
All the anger out there on the street, the lies, the righteousness, that's human, that's you, that's who you are.
Facts.
And hating each other, you've never needed any help with that.
True facts about the octopus.
I fed the COSAT fake coordinates, so it's coming into UK orbit. Within range in 3 minutes.
You're brilliant. Hello.
Hi.
She's just a master hacker?
I've got nothing. My family are all gone. Remember?
Oh.
And then Kate offered me a job and...
Fat rip in the chat.
That was very good work with the music. Oh, if we survive this, you should think about joining UNIT.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
How much per year?
60,000.
120 plus 5 weeks holiday.
Done.
Excuse me? Just casually doubles the pay, and it's not even a question.
What about Mel?
She's brilliant, isn't she?
I just keep thinking, all this time, you've never mentioned her.
Yeah, she's classic Who.
I'm a billion years old. If I still talk about everyone I'd ever met, we'd still
You're
be
more than a
retarded,
billion
yeah?
years old.
So you talk about no
You're
one.
like 4.5 billion years old, mentally.
I saw you, Doctor. I got a glimpse inside your mind.
You're running away from your trauma. Mr. Emporium, fun and games. Who's hiding?
The ball is the first game ever being invented. Stone Age of man.
Enough.
Honolulu. I wondered which one of you had the balls.
Well, we all knew she was the one.
Donna, go back to the TARDIS. Go back to the TARDIS.
Oh, but he is recognizing me. Are you not gepleased, Herr Doctor?
Ugh, my eyelashes stuck together.
To see me again after so many years.
He's so spooky.
The toy maker.
At your service.
We meet again, Doctor.
Ooh, his mind palace.
No, go back.
Donna.
Who is the toy maker? What is he?
Who knows?
I let the TARDIS fall into another realm. A hollow beneath the under-universe.
What?
Where science is a game and all of us are toys. I beat the toy maker, I won his game, but now he's here. He's found his way into reality. And I think it's all because of me.
Okay.
Because I got clever, didn't I?
You usually do.
But you always say...
Oh, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? Because I'm always so certain.
You are. True.
I'm all Sonic and TARDIS and Time Lord. Take that away. Take away the toys. What am I? What am I now?
Just a broken man.
I don't know if I can save your life this time.
It's not about me.
I guess it is.
It is.
Well.
As much as it's about everyone else, it's about you.
Help me. Please help me.
Charlie! Oh, you know the man that was lost here. Oh, you're that guy.
I'm here. I've got you. What is it? What happened?
I bought a toy. And I paid the price.
What is
It's
it?
made of wood.
Whenever he commands, I dance and I prance, but I can never go home again. No.
That's messed up.
Do you like my puppets, Doctor?
This is where he keeps his collections.
I thought I was clever.
He's gonna turn you into a puppet.
Where are you?
This is a Wednesday bedroom.
And I warn you now, if this is a trick, I will kill you.
I will kill you. Are you Stooky Bill's sister?
Now the Stooky Babbies weep. Stooky Babbies can't sleep.
Oh, the Stooky Bobby's gonna kill ya. They're skydiving into a giant.
Stooky Babbies are so sweet.
Stooky Bobbies!
Hello, Stooky. My name's Donna. Now I think that you're a goner.
Out the window. That's murder, Donna. That was a sentient being, and you killed her. To be fair, she did say she would, so.
Let me tell you what happened when the doctor, he was leaving you. He met eine friend called Amy Pond.
One of the best companions. Amy's the goat.
But Amy Pond was touched by the weeping angel, and she died.
Kinda.
She died of old age.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right then. He was meeting Clara.
Well, that's all right
But
then.
she was killed by a bird.
Sure.
She still survives in her last second of life.
Well, that's all right then.
Let's just explain it away.
But she was killed by the Cybermen.
But her consciousness survives.
Oh, that's all right then.
And then there came the
There's a technicality, then that's all right.
The poor doctor. The flux was killing everything.
Is all of this true?
Yeah, you looked inside his brain.
I challenge you to a game.
I made a jigsaw out of your history. Did you like it? The master was dying and begged for his life with one final game. I sealed him for all eternity inside my gold tooth. There's only
Interesting.
one player I didn't dare face. The one who waits.
Who is the one who waits? A future big bad? Oof. That leaves plenty of room to be beaten.
My turn.
Of course he's the king. Yeah. Rubber match.
Best of three. Best of three. Then let's make it 2023.
Donna!
Alright, well. Rubber match in the future. CGI, remarkably good for Doctor Who. Well then.
What are we fighting?
An elemental force. Beyond the rules of the universe.
What's that supposed to mean?
Exactly.
You think life is a balance between order and chaos, but the universe is not binary, far from it.
Wibbly wobbly. Timey-wimey.
What's that?
Spice up your life.
Who is that?
It's the Spice Girls. Of course. He would be the one to have a music number. Neil Patrick Harris would be the one with a musical number. Oh, that was unnecessarily violent. Well, she got it easy. She just fell down. He threw Kate into a wall.
What happened to them? They're dead. I'm sorry.
They're dead.
Take him out! Take him out!
clearly not working. What the heck? Oh my god.
Who is he?
Your worst nightmare.
How does he do that?
The Flink, speed up those scans. I need those results. All of you, search the building. He's still here. Where's he gone?
Yo, are we not questioning the Blinks? Like, why is this robot here?
I don't understand why you're so small.
What?
You can turn bullets into flowers. Think of the good you could do.
Yeah?
Your good and your bad are nothing to me. All that exists is to win or to lose.
And you know full well that I've had many faces, containing something far more.
The power to regenerate?
Your fight is with me! One more game!
I played the first game with one doctor. I played the second game with this doctor. Therefore, your own rules have decreed I play the third game with the next doctor.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Alone.
Oh, snap. It's happening now.
It's not dying.
I know.
You're gonna be someone else. It doesn't matter who. Because every single one of you is fantastic.
It's time. Here we go again.
Oh, he's ready this time. He didn't want to last time. Maybe he's not as ready as I thought.
Could you pull?
Could I?
What? Can you?
What? Yeah, what?
Just pull each way. I don't know. Feels different this time.
What? Shit, he got one! Brother! Conjoined twins. This is the new dynamic.
I am completely me. Don't you stand there? Push. Push.
Okay.
Does this work? I don't know.
Shoot, you are you in your undies, bruv? One thing about Shurigawa, he's got quads for days.
Now, someone tell me what the hell is going on here?
Hello.
How did that happen?
Bigeneration.
What?
I have bigenerated.
What's that mean?
What do you think?
I think you're beautiful.
Yeah?
Still beautiful.
Yeah. Do you come in a range of colours?
Yes. All of them.
I challenge you to a game.
Two at once.
Name your challenge, Doctor.
You said it. The first game ever.
The ball.
Catch.
Well, catch is an easy game. Just gonna chuck it off the edge.
If you drop it, you lose.
Nice.
Just throw it off the edge of the building. Easy peasy. Yeet that ball off the edge. Easiest way to win. I love that. Sassy little snicker back to him. Guys, throw it off of the roof. Why the doctor ain't got no shoes on? Oh, shoot, he's got his shoes.
Fair game, you lost.
And my prize, Toymaker, is to banish you from existence forever.
Okay, damn, son. Kind of like David Hasselhoff.
My legions are coming.
Fat rip in the chat, boys. Okay, so what happens now?
Hey.
Yo, Doc is packing.
But how many died down there?
7. Only 7.
I've got you. Yeah? It's okay.
Why is this so precious? Shurigawa does not skip leg day. Oh, the Master's Tooth. What? Who picking that up? Who is standing at the edge?
Our whole lifetime. That doctor that first met the Toymaker never, ever stopped. Put on trial, exiled, key to time, all the devastation of Logopolis. Adric. River Song. Sarah Jane has gone. Can you believe that for a second?
I loved her.
I loved her. And Rose. But the Time War, Pandorica, Mavic Chen.
It's a lot.
I'm fine. I'm fine because you fix yourself. We're Time Lords. We're doing rehab out of order.
You're saying you need to stop.
I don't know how.
Interesting. So this doctor still eventually will regenerate into 15, but 15 just like appeared early. Oh.
But I could never let the TARDIS go. Never. It would hurt.
What's it?
Why is there a giant Harley Quinn hammer there?
Oh. Wish me luck. What for?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You get a prize, honey. Here is mine.
Excuse me?
I am so sorry.
That is nuts.
Interesting.
Oh, look. Wheelchair accessible.
At last, you finally caught up with the 21st century.
I like that. Can this TARDIS... Is it locked? The parking brake is on permanently?
Ooh, jukebox.
Or it can travel just like in space, but not in time? I'd like to see the Doctor like collect more stuff. Like as his season goes along, like it just fills up with more things. That would be kind of fun.
Come here.
This is so fun. He's hugging himself.
So off you pop, old man.
Oh, the old man, you're older than me.
I love you. Get out.
I'm not doing that again.
Oh, I love him. Doc in his undies. Love it.
Am I late? Sorry, the door was open. You don't mind?
Oh, your family, darling. Sit down.
Did you drive?
No, I got a lift off a Zingo.
What is a Zynga?
Don't go sneaking off to Mars.
Again?
What's that mean?
Oh, no, it was just once.
Just can't turn down my favourite niece.
Oh. I like that.
With my best friend, my brother-in-law, the evil stepmother.
Mad Auntie Mel. Mad Auntie Mel. I like that.
That's cute, because her whole family's dead. So now she gets a new one.
But here we are. Grandad and all.
Oh, but he's not here.
Do you miss it? Out there?
Yeah, duh.
Funny thing is, I fought all those battles for all those years. And now I know what for.
So you can get a moment to rest.
I've never been so happy in my life.
Oh. Ooh. Shooty, you gonna put some pants on or what? Destination Christmas. Oh my gosh. What an episode, eh? Okay, what fun, what fun, what fun. I really enjoyed that. If a little confusing of just like how the whole thing is gonna work, but I still like there are elements of this that I like really deeply enjoy. Like there's just like specific moments throughout this that are really enjoyable to me. Just on top of me already enjoying the episode quite a bit. Okay. So obviously Big Bad, the toy maker, Neil Patrick Harris, he was very engaging and very dynamic. I liked how he just puts on this weird German accent like throughout the whole episode, just a caricature of a German accent. Kind of reminded me of in Inglourious Bastards, the German officer in that movie. He's just like so good. And then the random moments when he just like turns it off and goes back into the British accent, which is probably the natural one for the character, I believe. But I liked that the doctor immediately, like once he like recognizes him, is like, Donna, go back to the TARDIS. Like he's treating it as like a serious thing. And I like how I like the fact that like it seemed like a legitimate threat in a sense, like not necessarily one that's hard to beat, but like if you lose, the results are bad. Right? Like he talked about how he played games with the master and the master lost and he locked him away in a gold tooth, and he, you know, played games with like the laws of time and space and you know, turn him into voodoo dolls or whatever. like he's an almost an all powerful being. And the doctor is like, yo, like you could do such good. Like what is wrong? Why are you like this? Like you could be good. And he's essentially like, your sense of morality is so small to me. Like why would I bring myself down to that level? Like to think about things in that way. And it's just very interesting. The moment where he's showing Donna just like all the companions that have died, and he is like, you know, this person died, this person died, this person died. This is how they died. And the doctor is coming back with like these technicalities, right? Like the excuse when you look back on it of how this particular companion survived, right? Like Amy Pond died of old age. Like technically, like she still died because of you know what happened. She would have died eventually of old age, but she died a different way. of old age because of the Doctor. Clara Oswald died because of the Doctor. Indirectly, you know, I mean, she kind of died because of herself, because she thought she could be the Doctor in a sense, but still. Bill got turned into a Cyberman, and the Doctor's coming back with these technicalities. The toy maker just goes to an American accent and he's like, well, that's okay then. Like, it's just, you know, kind of slightly making fun of the fact that, like, the Doctor kind of just moves on, and, like, us as the audience kind of moves on as well from those companions, and we kind of treat it like, well, that's okay, because they didn't really, like, die. Like, they weren't shot in the face or anything. You know, they died, but not really. But also kind of, yeah, they did. And we kind of brush it under the rug, when in reality, it's like a serious thing. Like, they played the game and they lost. And it was just really, really engaging, really enigmatic. And it was a lot faster paced than I thought it would be. Like, when the time came for the Doctor to regenerate, I was not expecting it. I was like, oh, damn, we're here already? And it was so surprising. But not even bringing up the weirdest part of the episode, the Spice Girls song. It very much reminded me of with Jodie, when the Master did the Rasputin, Rasputin, you know, which was incredible when that happened in The Power of the Doctor. But, like, it's so funny that you bring Neil Patrick Harris on the show. Of course you give him some, like, musical number. That is integral to the very being of who Neil Patrick Harris is. Like, any project he's in, doesn't matter what it is, it could be the most serious thing, he's gonna find a way to make it a Broadway musical. Like, it's just gonna happen. Like, that's who he is in his everyday life. So the fact that he comes on and sings the Spice Girls while they're all shooting at him and it's just flowers and he's just it was so good. And then, yeah, rule of threes, right? He played the first two games with two different Doctors, got to go with the third Doctor. And he shoots him with a laser, and I was, like, starting to get emotional. I was like, oh, like, seeing David Tennant go again. This time he's ready. Like the last time we see him regenerate, he's like, I don't want to go. And then this time he says, allons-y, which is French for, I believe it's let's go. Like, he's finally saying, like, it's time. Like, he's accepted it. Like, this version of the Doctor is finally okay with regenerating. But then it doesn't. Kind of, in a sense. Like, he bigenerates is what they're calling it. And I'm trying to think. Okay, I think I understand how this works. So it's very weird. So in The Power of the Doctor, it's kind of established that all the versions of the Doctor, at least all the past versions of the Doctor, probably future versions of the Doctor as well, kind of reside in this, like, weird, like, purgatory zone, in a sense. Like, we had Jodie talk to old versions of the Doctor, presumably in that realm. There's, like, future versions of the Doctor as well. I don't know. And so maybe during that regeneration period, instead of just regenerating into a new face, you know, Shooty Gatwa's Doctor was like, you know what? I'm going to just yoink myself out of here. Because he, like, okay, so he is the version of the Doctor that has healed from his trauma, I think. You know? So, like, my guess is, you know, David Tennant's Doctor will live out his life, however long he would live, doing whatever he's going to do, you know, maybe not adventuring as much, but doing some adventures. He can at least travel in time. Don't know about space. Or no, he can at least travel in space. Don't think he can travel in time. So he's going to live out his life, do whatever he's going to do. And then theoretically, when he dies, via old age or accident or whatever, that he will just like that regeneration energy, instead of like regenerating again, that regeneration energy will travel back in time itself and become Shurigawa, separating himself. Does that make sense? Like Shuri is still the next version of him. He just kind of jumped the gun a bit. He came a little bit early. Like, or he graciously gave, instead of taking over the body, he gave him a little more time. and they split off. It's a weird, complicated thing. Bigeneration is weird. But eventually, I think that David Tennant will still end up becoming Shurigawa. I think. And the TARDIS will eventually still become the TARDIS. I don't know. It's very, very interesting. It's not like a split timeline. I mean, kinda is, but like it's like it's like they split the timeline. Kind of. Like the timeline split, but then one of them just like goes and loops back around and then keeps going and like remerges with the main one. Right? So the main Doctor timeline is still going, right? And then Shooty's is the main one that keeps going. Tennant's splits off. He lives his whole life, and then it circles back to when he becomes like David Tennant dies, Shooty again, and then it just goes, right? Maybe, I don't know. I think I have it figured out. Like he's just here outside of time, right? They're Time Lords. He said we're doing therapy out of order, right? And it's just very, very interesting, very, very interesting. I love Shooty already. Like I think he's fantastic, so energetic and so weird. If you, I'm curious how other people are gonna think, like what they're gonna think about him, because like he's got such an interesting personality, just as himself, and his like acting choices are so interesting. When I see him, I can't help but see elements of Eric Effiong poking through from Sex Education. For those of you who are curious, I am going to continue. I'm just taking a break. Season 3 reactions will be coming soon. But if you're new here, I've watched the first 2 seasons of Sex Education on the channel, and I'm planning to pick up season 3 soon. But like his portrayal of Eric in that show is so iconic that like little mannerisms I see him do in this now, I'm like, oh, that's peak Eric right there. But it's just like, I mean, he's obviously playing this character less flamboyantly, if that makes sense, which is a weird thing to say about the Doctor. Like, it's not often you can say that the actor portraying the Doctor is playing like a less flamboyant version of his other characters. Like, usually the Doctor is the most flamboyant character an actor will play if they are the Doctor. But like just a fun little caveat with Shurigawa, he happened to play Eric Effiong, who is obviously gay in Sex Education. He's just a very energetic, enigmatic, like flamboyant character. And like, see, it's almost weird seeing him toned down in this show, even though he's playing the Doctor, which is, it's just a crazy concept. But they bigenerate, right? And then they play a game of catch. I feel like you easily could have won that game if you just yeeted that off the building. Would that count as cheating? Maybe if you threw it off the building or like threw it straight to the ground, they might be like, that's cheating. You have to make a good faith effort to toss it to the other person. But the toy maker loses, and he abides by the rules of the game, right? And they put him in this box. I mean, the Doctor says he's banished from existence forever, something tells me he's not done. Like, he'll come back eventually. And I'm curious to see what form that will take, right? Because, there were things in this episode that hinted towards future stuff, right? I think the biggest thing was he was like, oh, there was one foe that I never dared challenge, and he said he's called He Who Waits, and that is presumably somebody that the Doctor will run into at some point, right? Maybe it's who Shurigawa, takes on in his stories. We also still have from special number 1, the Star Beast called it the boss. Whoever the boss is, I assume we'll figure out who that is. We had a little tease of some hand with red fingernails picking up the tooth of the Master. Maybe it's another version of the Master. Maybe the Master, in a wibbly wobbly timey wimey way, rescues himself or herself, and then gets him out of the tooth, and then they go about their business and eventually have to go rescue themselves again. I don't know. Lots of things that could happen. And the next episode that we have is going to be the Christmas special, I think the episode is called The Church on Ruby Road, which is the name of the character. Like, the next companion of the Doctor is Ruby, I think is her name. So presumably we will meet the next companion on the Christmas special. I think they've already filmed the whole first season with Shooty, and they're like starting to film the second one. So like we're so far behind. like it's crazy how quickly they are making this. But yeah, I'm very excited for what's to come with Shooty and his portrayal. And then other than that, like, I feel like the biggest part about the end is just like David Tennant's 14 is just gonna chill. Like, he's just gonna live his life, and he's gonna be he can still travel, I believe. I mean, they didn't lock down any like specific rules about like his traveling. Like, can he still travel in time and space? Like I guess because the whole concept, or like the whole reasoning for it, is like so he can settle down and chill and just like heal from all of like the centuries, the 4.5 billion mental years that he spent in his little compass thing during Hellbent. Like, the Doctor is over 4.5 billion years old mentally, right? That's insane. And the Doctor's never taken a minute to just like process all of that and heal from that. And so like I guess the whole concept of this is that he can just chill. Like, he can settle down, he can talk to a therapist. I don't know. But like that whole concept, like, I feel like necessitates, that whole concept requires, I feel like, an element of him being locked there. Like, if the Doctor can still travel in space and time, like, does that really count? like he can still go anywhere and do anything he wants. He can still be the Doctor. And so, like, theoretically, I guess Shooty's character, like Shooty's Doctor and Tennant's Doctor, will just be like traveling around doing things within the same universe time frame. I don't know. Like, there's it brings up interesting dynamics, right? Because like the Doctor, what is holding the Doctor to, other than like just like the sense of like responsibility and like commitment to Donna and her family, of like, what does the Doctor do once Donna dies? Like, Donna and her family pass away. Like, what does the Doctor do? Does the Doctor be like, okay, now I can now I can regenerate into Shooty, or does the doctor become the curator from the museum a couple seasons past? Like what does he do? Right? Because they already established that he's taking people on trips. They just named locations, though. They didn't name, like, time frames. So, like, maybe he can't travel in time, but he can travel in space. Very curious. But, I don't know. I liked the end for him. I like that he's just, like, chilling there, eating dinner and stuff with them. Like, he's, like, the crazy uncle. and you know, they have a nice little family dynamic. And Mel, who I assume, I don't know which companion she was with, or which doctor she was a companion for, I mean. But she talked about earlier in the episode how her whole family was gone, and now she kind of has a family as well. She's been adopted into Donna's family. I really enjoyed that. One part that was kind of sad, though, is they were like, oh, even Grandpa's here, like, Wilf is here. But, like, we know that he's not. Like, the actual actor was supposed to play his character in this episode, but he passed away. So, like, you see at the beginning of the episode, they're like, get him safe, or whatever, and it's clearly not him sitting in that wheelchair. That's rough, and that's a bummer. Would have been nice to have him, you know, here for that scene to just like have some of that closure. But unfortunately, he is gone. But overall, the scene was still like really beautiful, and we get just the dynamic of the doctor just having a family and like living out a life that he never got. One thing that's actually kind of funny, though, I mean, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. Every companion of 14, like, gets their own personal doctor, except for Martha. like Rose. Rose gets the clone, right? Like right, like when he got his hand cut off and that regenerated into a doctor that is essentially mortal. Like, Rose gets that one that she can grow old with and create a family with. Donna gets 14 to like be part of her family, and Martha had to settle with Mickey. That's so funny. She deserves better. Like, Martha was put through the ringer with her doctor. Like, she drew the short end of the stick every time, and it's such a bummer. Like, that sucks. Oh man, I mean, even this classic companion in Mel, she kind of gets her own personal doctor again. So it just sucks to suck for Martha. I mean, Martha was my least favorite of the Tennant companions. Obviously, Rose number 1, Martha number 3, puts Donna at number 2. I think Rose might still be my number 1 companion overall. It's tough. It's so tough because it's like a tie. It's a tie between Rose, Amy, and Clara. I think are my 3 favorite. Well, okay, Rose. I think Rose clearly number 1. It's tough. Oh my god, it's so tough. Rose is 1A, Amy is 1B, and then I'd say Clara is 2A and Donna is 2B. Like, I think those are my top 4 companions overall. I don't know why Martha was not my favorite. You know, like, she was good, but like, I don't know why. There was just something about her. I think there was just a vibe that I was getting from her time of like the woe is me, why isn't the doctor in love with me, like, stories. Like, I don't know why. There was multiple other stories involved where like the doctor would be interested in someone or like remember Rose or something else, and Martha would like bring it up, being like, he doesn't know what it's like to be in love with him, and it's like, what? Like, chill, Martha. And I think part of that is because I was like, I think I was, during Martha's time, I was of the mentality of like, if the Doctor is gonna be in love, like romantically with anyone, it should be Rose. And so when Martha is coming along being like, I want to be in love with the Doctor, I was like, no, shut up, Martha. Like, I've chosen a side. Like, I'm not allowing it. I think I felt similarly with River Song a little bit. When, like, I love River Song as a character. I think she's fantastic. I don't love her as a romantic interest for the Doctor. Again, partly because if the Doctor's gonna pick a romantic interest, I want it to be Rose. And they kind of did that, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Like I still feel like Rose is the one for the Doctor, even though she gets her own Doctor that she can be in love with, but like the Doctor who still, like, it's not like they removed his love for her. I mean, maybe just over time he would have moved on from that. I don't know, but I like Martha and River Song, like, both being in love with the Doctor. I was just like, I don't know about that. Like, it's tough. Like, it's tough. They're both great characters, but I don't know how this little segue rant transitioned from just a quick realization that Martha doesn't get her own personal Doctor, but everybody else does. And it turned into a whole thing about how I don't really like Martha. My bad. Martha's cool. I wonder, I think if I ranked my top companions versus like my bottom companions, that's tough. I think the most recent companions with Jodie would probably be near the bottom, although I love Graham. Graham's fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. Yaz is cool. Ryan was cool, I guess, but like, I feel like the Jodie's companions, like, not any of them got enough time to shine on their own because they had to like pack like 3 characters in, and so like none of the 3 got enough like character developments on their own to mean anything to me other than Graham, because he was just like this sweet old man. And it was just fun having like an old person as a companion for a change. Bill was all right. I liked Bill. Amy and Rory goated. Clara goated. It's tough. It's tough. There's a lot of companions, and I don't think there's ever been a bad companion. As far as I feel like they've all been at minimum decent. I think if I had to rank the lowest ones, though, it'd be the ones from Jodie's run, which is unfortunate. I think they tried something with the multiple companions and it just didn't work out, and they didn't really know how to switch it. I guess Dan too, like all the companions from Jodie's run. I forgot about Dan. He was nice, but like by the time he started to get character development, he was just gone already. So I was like, okay, like, see ya, I guess. I don't know. This somehow transitioned from a commentary about this episode to a commentary on companions as a whole. I thought this episode was brilliant. I liked it quite a bit. Really, really enjoyed it. Loved the send-off for David, and looking forward to the future with Shudigawa. With Tennant's Doctor not being like regenerated in a sense, like he's still technically around, it does introduce the possibility that he can return for future specials, future episodes. There's a random episode that could visit him. I doubt he would want to just pop in for a rando episode, but like for specials, he can absolutely come back for a special. I mean, technically any of the Doctors could come back for a special if you just visit that weird purgatory zone again. But yeah, I don't know. I think this episode told a great story and introduces a lot of interesting possibilities for what they could do going forward. And I really like it. I like that the new TARDIS is wheelchair accessible. I saw a behind the scenes thing. I guess that was one other thing that I knew was going to happen, is just that the new TARDIS would be wheelchair accessible. I saw just a 2-minute behind the scenes video of the actress who plays Shirley I forgot. Don't call me Shirley. Airplane reference. I saw her talking about that, and it like stemmed from a conversation with Russell T Davies where she was like, "Oh yeah, like the new TARDIS is cool. Like, it's a bummer I can't like get in it." And he was like, "Oh, well, we'll change that then." And then like so like it just obviously as like an able-bodied like walking person, you don't normally think about like, oh, like obviously I can get in. You don't usually think like, oh, someone else might struggle to get in this. So like when that thing was brought to his mind, he was like, yeah, we'll just fix that. Like, duh. And so they just put a ramp in, and now it's wheelchair accessible. So now like anytime that scientist comes back for another episode, she can wheel herself into the TARDIS and just like be part of the TARDIS. Like it's awesome. And she was talking about it and she like started to get really emotional because this is the first time that a, you know, wheelchair bound individual like isn't left behind in this like hugely important sci-fi fantasy series. And it just like was a really emotional moment for her to finally have that as a disabled person. And so I thought that was just like, I thought that was so cool. That's one of the key moments that I loved. One other key moment, even though it was kind of a cheesy line from Donna, when she's like, do you come in all sorts of colors? Like to the Doctor, like they're all wide range of colors. And he's just like, yes. Like both of them are like, yes. That it feels a little on the nose and a little similar to in Special One when they were like, the Doctor can be any gender. It was a little on the nose to be like, yeah, the Doctor can be any color. But I really like it because it just reinforces the fact that like, yeah, the Doctor is not just some white man. I know there's probably some people who will be upset about that line of dialogue, but for me, I just viewed it as the show like reinforcing, like, because this is literally the first non-white Doctor that we're getting in Shurigawa, and so like I don't know, it feels like them not taking a stance, but like actively reminding people that like, yeah, like while this is an unprecedented thing so far in the Doctor Who story, like this is gonna continue. Like this is who it is now. Like the Doctor can be black, the Doctor can be Asian, the Doctor can be Indian, the Doctor can be white, the Doctor can be anything, right? Like the Doctor comes in a wide range of colors. You know, it was a cheesy line delivered, but I think it reinforces a larger point that this show is trying to make, and that involves just like a very deep intentional choice of representation, both in terms of like different races of individuals within the show, but then also, like we mentioned, representation for the disabled, representation for those who are not heterosexual. Like I think it's just a really interesting and really cool thing that this show is doing, where they're not just like leaving stuff up to, you know, I mean, obviously tons of stuff is up for personal interpretation, but like certain things they're like we're not just gonna let you make your own conclusion to why this might be happening. Like someone can come up with whatever headcanon they want for why Shurigawa might be black, or why that version of the Doctor is this or that. But the show is just like, you know what? Like in case you're confused or in case you want to try and like do a disservice to this at some point, like we're just reaffirming real quick, canonically, the Doctor can be anything. So when it happens in the future, you don't get to have a little pissy fit about, you know, a gay Asian Doctor in the future, right? Like it's gonna be the normal. Like that's just what it is now. Anyone who's not a fan of that can kick rocks. Like that, I think that's And, you know, that might be the, you know, left-leaning political side of me coming out, but I think, like, I mean, obviously there's certain elements of different shows and different characters where, like, yeah, that might not be what's right for that character, but for this character in this show, that completely fits. And if you're someone that is against that because you don't like gay people or you don't like people who aren't white, like, kick rocks. The show didn't need you in the first place. Like, go away. like again, I've said this multiple times in multiple shows. If you're someone who subscribes to those opinions of, you know, the Doctor can only be a straight white man, don't watch my videos anymore, please. Like, your viewership is not worth having you around. I just want to make that clear. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of this post-discussion segued into a lot of different things that don't necessarily pertain to this exact episode, but it is what it is. This is welcome to the channel. If you're new, I don't write a script. You kidding me? There's a whole bunch of YouTubers that do write a script. I am not one of those. Any video I make, doesn't matter if it's like a video essay or a trailer or movie or TV show reaction or anything. Every single video I make, straight off the dome. Like, never planning anything. The only times I ever do anything is to re-record a specific line because I don't know how to speak. But yeah, I've been talking too much. It's late. Well, technically it's not late. It is 7 in the morning as I'm watching this. So I woke up. I took a fat nap yesterday and I woke up early and now I watch this show. It's Sunday Monster Jam. Okay. We're getting a little too funky now. So that's all I gotta say about many things. If you have opinions about this show or this episode or the future of the show in general, leave all those in the comments down below. I would love to hear all your opinions. Question of the day for this specific episode: who is your personal favorite Doctor? Mine so far is 10/14. David Tennant's portrayal of the Doctor will always be my favorite. He's just the best in my opinion. But I would love to hear who your personal favorite Doctor is. Who's your personal favorite companion? Leave those in the comments below. I would really enjoy hearing it. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of Doctor Who, including the Christmas special and Shooty's first season, because obviously I'm going to be watching all that. And then if you want to see the full-length version of this reaction, consider supporting me either on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just hit that join button down below. Or Patreon's linked in the description. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.